Well, hello, everybody. It is the Wholesale Hotties, and it's week 57 for us. So we've been over a year now and just having a great time doing this. And I'm co-host tonight. Our friend Sharon is out sick, unfortunately, but she'll be back soon. We have Monique Fell from Washington State. How,
Hi.
how are you doing? How's the flooding? You
Oh,
feeling?
it's crazy over here. Roads are closed all over the place, and we anticipate getting a lot of jobs at the next week when the water recedes. We got one guy who tried to bypass a road that was closed, and he actually went into the water and ended up drowning. 30-year old guy, and he drowned in the water because it just, I guess he was in a truck and everything, and somehow he just got through too heavy of a water or too high of a water. So now you're like, don't cross any roads you're not supposed to. So
No.
we're going around and around all over the place to get places, but fortunately, we're very blessed and we're very protected all around us. The levees are broken and water's everywhere, but not where we have properties and business and stuff like that. So
Well, thank God for that.
yeah.
Yeah, prayers have been answered. And then we have our beautiful Jennifer down in Texas. Are you guys in Texas for the holidays?
We are. After all the traveling we did this summer, we are so happy to stay home. And it turns out it's going to be in the 70s while we're here. So even if we travel to San Diego, we couldn't ask for better weather. And we have been praying for you, Monique. I've told a couple of people
Yeah.
about what you're dealing with out there, and that's so stressful. And I'm super happy to meet you, Darina. Thank you so much for
Hi.
coming here tonight. And Donna, thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah, of course. And then Darina, our guest tonight, sounds like you do quite a bit of things. Sharon had initially said TC, but I forget you're an owners club. You're involved in a lot of other things. You got a lot of
Yeah,
deals
I'm
going on.
trying to narrow it down, but yeah, we do a lot of things. And we're definitely part of the amazing community. So I'm happy to be with you here tonight. Thank you
Well,
for inviting.
we're glad to have you. So, Darina, can you just start us off with how you got involved in real estate? And I also, your story, maybe a little bit of you left Ukraine, right, and came over to America, and you built a great business, it sounds like. So, if you can give us a little history on that as well, it'd be great.
Yes. So I came to US at the end of 2019 and I wanted to go to college. And I told my husband, hey, I want to probably get some kind of business degree just to get to know more. Didn't know what to do, new country. I used to work for a little bit in a trucking business, and I was like, I don't really want to go back to the trucking business. So I was exploring. My husband, he was doing construction for other people, and he was like, you have to go into real estate. And I was like, oh, thank you. I'm not interested. I really need to go to college. So I went ahead to find some things to apply, but somehow he actually got me interested in real estate. And I joined the first, not community, the first course we bought, couldn't go through that. I was like, it's too boring. It's annoying. I couldn't go through that. And then while I was just watching YouTube, I found Pace Morby and I was like, oh my God, this guy, I can listen to him forever until this day, you know? So I really like how he present, how he delivered information, how genuine he is. And little did I know what I was joining. So
What year? What year was that you joined the Sub2 community?
so I joined Sub2 actually 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a newborn baby, so it was perfect time to consume all the material from Zooms, but I was consuming it for a very long time. It's for me, I was like, yeah, join all the Zoom, learn everything, don't take any action. That was me.
I think we all kind of do that, especially if you've been in another mentorship, or which this really isn't a mentorship, it's more of a community. But the mentorships you get involved with, and you don't have that support and stuff, you just kind of like, okay, I spend enough money on that, I'm not doing that again, right?
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, this is a lot different.
And then I joined another one course. I was like, oh, that's a great course. I joined it. And then I tried to log in and it says, oh, it expired. It was for a month. I was like, what? Okay. I'm
Wow.
going back to Sub2 because it's a lifetime course and lifetime membership. So I actually joined Sub2 because I loved creative finance. I came with no history. I don't have a rich family. Literally salary in my village, like $50 a month from Ukraine that I came from. Like people don't have money. And I was like, oops, what is that? The sound. Yeah, so I was like, it's worth it even if I join just to get good paperwork. I did not know what was there waiting for me.
Right. So you joined PC to learn about real estate? Is
So
that?
I tried to do cold call, it didn't work for me. I had a newborn baby, she needed my attention, and I was not consistent with it. And then I didn't have community locally, so I actually went ahead and created my own like meetings. I told, okay, I will host sub 2 meetups, even though I don't have experience. We don't have it here, so let's do that. And Pace came on a short meeting. He came to Minnesota to support, which shifted ever since. So people started to recognize us more, and they told like, "Hey, will you help me with this sub 2 deal?" And I was like, "I don't really know much, but I know something, so let's try." And I was figuring out. And actually, TC, I was like, cool, I don't have to negotiate. I just help to guide them through. And I had questions, and I hit the ceiling. I was like, I need membership, so I need more knowledge, and I joined Top Tier TC.
Mhm.
So I started doing so many transactions that last year I was like, I've just always had at least 16 active files, and I was so busy running those files. Then I talked with Pace, and he was like, you have to like do something else, do bigger stuff. But TC gave me so much experience and also opened so many doors. So I found myself there for sure.
So, Darina, for the people that don't know what TC would be, can you kind of walk through
Yeah.
what is a TC and what are the responsibilities of a TC and how do you
So
become a TC?
yeah, so we all want to be investors, but many of us moms, and we have so many things going on. And TC is a transaction coordinator, but mostly for creative deals, we like transaction managers, because we manage the whole file, we prevent mistakes from happening. I do help people when they come to fix mistake. Well, let's prevent mistakes instead of fixing them,
Right.
because a lot of mistakes that we see in creative world you can prevent if you have the right knowledge. So I've seen so many files go wrong, or people come to me to fix it, then now we know how to prevent. And we now have the TC collective. We have so many girls that are top tier, they are very experienced, and we do commercial now and residential. So we help to close not only single family home sub 2. Sub 2 is like kindergarten for us now. It's like super easy. Now we do RV parks, mobile home parks, and we also help with due diligence, which is huge because our community, especially owner sub members, we growing from residential to commercial space, and we need that helpful hand to help us prevent issues. And that's where we come in actually.
Well,
So basically, you make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed, and that those visionaries, high visionaries, are those closers or people that are good at certain tasks, but maybe they don't like to do paperwork or they don't like to do the details. They know that you're good at it, and they can trust you to help them to make sure that nothing is missed during the process of closing a property, whether it be a business, high end like mobile home park, or commercial or residential.
Yes, RV parks usually comes with many businesses, which is many transactions in one. And not only we want to check everything for guys, but we want also to educate them.
mm,
Because same with
That's
Sub2
nice.
deal, like I will like check. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not an attorney, so I always suggest check it with attorney. The problem sometimes with attorneys, they will only do what you tell them to do. And
mm.
if you point on mistakes, they'll, oh yeah, that's right. Let me correct it and let me double charge you because now I need to spend time correcting it.
Yeah. Are you guys doing all 50 states?
Yes, even
Okay.
Alaska and Hawaii, like everywhere. Which Alaska is more tricky, but we do. And then we do flips locally. We do commercial deals locally in Twin Cities, Minnesota only, like really close to us. And then now I partner to buy mobile home parks and also in specific areas. I don't believe like TCs, they can help close nationwide because they don't have to underwrite the deal. We have underwriter if needed. and we can help them navigate through the transaction. But if someone is doing investment, usually the most successful people that I know that are my friends, they stay locally to where they are, or they choose market or two. They don't really spread themselves everywhere.
That's a great tip for people too. And I like the idea, especially starting off. We like doing more in our neighborhoods that we know, because there's just so much that you could really go wrong on a deal if you aren't familiar with the market or the address that you're buying a place that you're like, oh no, I should never bought there. It's like there's a reason why it was so cheap, and things like that. So yeah, it's good to have. But I'll tell you what, we do deals on our own without TCs, and now that we have learned about TCs through the community as well, I would never do one without a TC. It's just.
And that's a lot of work for sure.
It is a lot of work, and it gives you time to do the other things that you need to do. And I love that. It's definitely worth the money spent. It's well worth it.
And they are extended teams. So you now have a team, but you don't have to pay them unless you have a deal, which is a great deal for sure.
Right? Yeah, I love it. And then do you find some states, like somebody, like I know Arizona is pretty easy to do sub-2 deal, but in Washington State it was more difficult, and we ended up doing master lease instead. Do you guys help people through that process when they're in a different state that they're not familiar with those kind of things?
So
Okay.
I myself educated many attorneys. In Washington, it's different. I closed many sub-2 traditional way in Washington. It's just that they have specific county and specific title company that you have to work with, which is a nightmare to find. But we build those relationships. If you call the title company that closed our deals in Washington, they will tell you we don't do sub-2. Why? Because they are afraid to work with someone they don't know.
Right.
And they are more conservative. And it's tricky because when I first started, I was like, that's so interesting. They tell you they don't do, but I closed like 3 with them. And then I will refer that title company to someone, and they will tell they don't do that. Unless I send them an email, hey, like, let's do this deal. They'll, yeah, let's open it up.
Okay. They're being cautious. They're being cautious. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes there's also attorneys that have a relationship with those title companies that they can also be kind of that bridge, which doesn't make much sense to me, but that's what they do. Same with Alaska. You don't want to mess up with title companies in Alaska because there's only 2 of them that will close it. So
What's a good title company that you notice ubiquitously across the United States that's A, wholesaler friendly in terms of double closing, and then B, subject to friendly?
yeah, so that will be closed title. I think the only one that keep their reputation high, even though there's high and lows, but most of the people love them, and everyone gets over busy, but the communication, the level of respect to investors, and friendliness, I would say they align with our community the most.
And how do you spell that?
It's CLOSED, closed.
Just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, I can send you information too. Yeah, there's Adrian, Prince, and Walter. They are on Facebook. They do some investors friendly meetings at least once a year. They very staying on top of their game.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you for that. Because sometimes whenever, for the people who do want to do virtual wholesaling, and I agree with you that most people who are the most successful stay either local to their market or they just pick one. But for the people who maybe they're just starting out and maybe they're getting deals on paper leads by just picking them from disparate places, if those people were empowered with a title company that could handle their business, it might be easier for them to do those more remote type transactions. So I've heard Blue, but I hadn't heard their name in a while, and some other ones. And so with you having that pulse every day with this very needed specialty in transaction coordinating, I figured you would know the best one who had a national presence for investors.
Yeah, they have the most. And then we also have a blacklist of title companies, which I will not list them here, but
Right. That's great to know, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes we just decide because we do so many transactions, and guys, TC also have their own community. We also communicate. Sometimes the client will screw someone, they will go to another TC, and guess what? The TC says, "I'm sorry, I'm so booked, overbooked. Just not take another file."
This is why integrity is important. And I've had a couple of people I've come across where I could tell with my psychology background, and that's what my education is in. And I could tell they were showing some antisocial traits, meaning maybe they were sociopaths, right? And I said, look, even if you're not inclined to run a business in a way that has integrity, unless you want to start over every 6 months to a year, make it part of your business plan to have integrity in every transaction, every communication that you do. Not because you want to, not because Jesus wants you to, not because your mother wants you to, but because if you want to have a business that lasts for years and years and years, you have to have integrity every time you speak, even if it's difficult, even if you messed up. It's painful whenever your staff messes up. It's embarrassing. Be embarrassed, have integrity, and then you won't have the transaction coordinators union blackmailing you, you know? Don't think you can get away with stuff, guys. No one can.
No,
Not for a
and
long period of time.
we think
Yeah.
that this world is so big. Not really. Like everyone knows everyone. People watch, and sometimes I'm like, I'm not even posting that much, but people watch, and people also talk. Like we are humans, and definitely, like as I mentioned, like in some of the posts, like your reputation comes in the room before you even go there.
Especially with bad things. When bad things happen, people tend to talk definitely more. It's like I worked in the dental field for years, and it was like nobody ever went out of there and said, I just had the best root canal ever. No, you always only hear the horror stories, you know? It's just like with anything. I think people are looking for sympathy or whatever. And we've all had really great deals and experiences. We've all had bad deals and experiences. In fact, Darina, can you tell us one of your favorite deals you've done and one of your least favorite you've done?
My favorite deals always been, first of all my flips. I love it. It's complicated, but we make so much money on them. That's just bread and butter. But the easiest deals as TC, that was between relatives. I love relative deals. Like give us all of them because they know each other. There's like full transparency. They are flexible. Easy deals. The most complicated one, I think that some clients, again, when they did not have integrity, and when you talk to the seller and you understand that the buyer did not disclose the truth, and the seller will think like, oh, my mortgage will be paid off, and it's not the truth. We always make sure that we verify ourselves and we walk them through the paperwork just to make sure we're all on the same page and they cannot go back and tell that they don't know. I only had one deal that attorney was representing the seller, and he was like, Darina, I will handle the seller. You tell me what to say or show them, and I will do that. Guess what? He didn't do that. So the seller was surprised that his mortgage was not paid off. And I just basically forwarded all the emails, all the documents, everything that I had and communicated, and also text messages. And I was like, I'm clear. We figured it out. I didn't leave. I didn't tell like, hey, it's not my problem. But still, we made sure to make it whole, but it was a very bad experience and a reminder that you must talk to the seller no matter who you are, buyers, TC, sellers, TC, wholesalers, it doesn't matter. You as a person you have to communicate and make sure that seller knows what's happening. And also buyer knows like what may happen, especially in reps. We don't want to walk them blind.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good deal. So have you personally had something like you've done on a fix and flip or one of your properties that you've had an issue with that you could share with us that you might save somebody else having to go through the same problem possibly?
So for me, it's usually because of the heavy experience that I have with all the transactions. Usually, we're very proactive. Like I received a 10,000 violation bill, like maybe a month ago or two, and it was a rental violation, meaning the previous owner didn't pay rental insurance, and the city was basically billing him, and the title company never catched it. So it was my personal deal, so I had email to the title saying, hey, you have to verify all the pending violations, all the CT like assessments to make sure I'm not responsible for anything. Even if it's pending, we need to clear everything. And there's a confirmation from them that everything is clear. They also excluded it in title commitment. So I made sure that they add it to title commitment, that I'm covered in case there's something discovered after the fact. And then guess what? I did not stress because I know even if I have to pay it, my title insurance will pay it.
Right.
Because
Right.
I am proactive. Never be reactive in anything you do. You don't want to be reactive. Oh, that happened. Let's figure out. You want to prevent it. I prevent it so I could sleep well. Another scene happened recently on one of the flips. We got a request for price reduction for 40,000.
Oh, wow.
And the list of repairs. I was like, okay, cool. We go to the holiday season. I don't really want to put it back on the market. Let's do repairs because that cost for us like 10,000, and for them they think it's 40. But we have different prices because we know like all the local people. So
Right.
we told them, and they were like, oh no, we don't want repairs. We want price reduction. So I
Oh.
went deeper to the roots of that request, and it happens to be that they're not approved for the full amount.
Ah.
I was like, so you liars.
Right.
All of you.
Right. Pipe doesn't pay, so I say that. Like sellers are
Buyers are liars, sellers are worse. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was stressed because I did not like that price reduction, and I also did not want to put it back. Holiday season, you guys. We enjoy
Right.
it here.
No, the slow
So
part. Yeah.
my husband was like, no, we know what this was. Like, just put it back, cancel them. We got 3 offers.
Oh,
After
nice.
that. Yes, over asking price. The difference between 2 offers, 55,000.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a big difference. Yeah. Where are you guys in Minnesota? Is that where you're at?
We do Twin Cities, Minnesota only.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
now we blessed for all the partners, and every single partner is from Sub 2 and Owners Club. So we're really grateful for this community. And I'm for partners, but I'm slow to partner, like really slow.
Got it.
Because we value our partnerships, and whenever you put your face next to someone's face, now you put everyone kind of on the spot.
Right. Do you ever JV with like a new student who's like, if I bring you the property, can I learn from you and partner up that way where they bring the deal?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
The only scene, I don't really wholesale Sub 2 unless seller agrees that, hey, we will just help you to find a buyer, but I'm not your buyer. I will never pretend like I'm buyer for Sub 2 and then I will try to wholesale it. I don't think that people should do that ever.
Right. Right. They should be upfront and honest with the sellers.
I love cash transactions. I always JV. People bring us, even as flippers, people bring us deals before they go on the contract, just because they know me as TC. They know. So basically, what happened? I built a reputation as TC, and then now, like, so many doors open because people know, and now we do different business. We do flips, do commercial buildings, and now we went into mobile home park space, which is really exciting.
So are you guys, how many properties are you guys holding yourself?
So we have apartment building, and then we have couple single family homes, and now we want to, we don't have any mobile home park yet. We're looking at them, but the issue is we're very conservative. We don't want to buy for the sake of buying.
Right.
We want to buy to make money and also help others. And what we decided to do, because we do have people that do outreach daily for us, and they all from Sub 2. So we have really great people working with us, and I love them so much. So we decided that whoever will bring us a deal that we will actually buy mobile home park, we want to give them acquisition fee, finder's fee, and we will also share up to 1,000 in cash flow a month once it's stable and running, which will be huge for other people that want this cash flow. How many properties like single family, you take all the responsibility, all the headache, all the toilets, and God bless you if you make 1,000. I do make 1,000 on some properties, but it's not common, especially now.
No, it's
So
not.
these people, yes, it will take them longer. And I told them, if you want a shortcut, you can leave this room now. Like, I'm not a good fit for you. But if you want long-term wealth, then you are in the right space. So they bring us deals, we negotiate, we will manage. Me and Tyler were Like we will raise capital, we will put our money down, our credit, we will do everything, and they will receive cash flow and
That's
credibility.
That's great. Wow. You guys are very generous, which is awesome. I love hearing that because sometimes you do deals and people are like, you're giving away too much. And you're like, no, I feel like I'm winning by doing this, by helping other people, so if it's a win and takes stuff off your plate, it's great, I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
people bring deals and they get paid not just one time transaction and then you forget about that.
Right.
But
Darina, can you tell us, like, what for mobile home parks, are there specific states that you try to focus on?
yes, so we're very specific, and that's what I mentioned. If someone says that they buy in everywhere, there's a high chance that they are not buying anywhere. So we buy our like targeting area will be Florida and Georgia. Tyler already has 5 parks in Georgia, but we want to target in Florida I-75 road from Orlando to Tallahassee. That's where we want to buy most of the parks. And then, of course, Georgia metro areas, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Arizona. So basically, that Arizona just because it's Arizona, right? We have paid there, and but it's only like Phoenix area. So we going through only 6 states, but also only metro areas.
Mm.
But our main focus still will be Florida, I-75, and Georgia, just because when you have many parks together, it's easier for you to operate it, to
Right.
scale, to have management in place, and just to, yeah, to have more.
For your teams, for your managers, you've got your people that do repairs and that kind of stuff. And it's nice to have a team that very well and you can oversee those things much easier.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a really good point to make, Darina, and because people go from place to place and state to state some places, but if you concentrate on one specific area that has more manpower, as you shared, Donna, like repairs, the repair people, the management, you could people around, you could jump into different places if you need help with something. So yeah, I love that.
yeah. And I got one single family that I turned into Airbnb. I regret it. We wasted so much money and time because that was far from us. And again, like all the successful people I know, and they are really good at what they do. They all started really deep into their space. Then sometimes they grow out, they go do projects in different states, but it was never that they bought 60 homes in all the states, and all the cities. They
Yeah.
don't even go, you don't even have to go far from your town. But if people know you locally, there's relationship, there's referrals, there's trust, reputation. All our flips are funded 100% by PMLs.
Mm.
They are not on social media. They don't care about anything. They know, they trust, and they local.
So if they're not on social media, how did they find you, Darina? I would love to know that.
Through connections. So one, I have really a rich person that he has unlimited funds and he's very rich. Whenever I send him invitations to some meetings, he was like, Dorina, I don't go to this. So I found him through relationship because someone referred me to him as a trusted person that he can work with. And he lends, but he doesn't even market because he doesn't need it, but he has a lot of cash. So when he knows someone, he will lend. Another person, I helped her. She inherited properties from her husband that passed away.
Mm.
And she was not a real estate investor, so she got squatters and she really needed help, so we stepped up without any expectations, and then we helped her to get rid of them, to fix the property, to sell the property, because I'm also a licensed realtor. And she was like, guys, if you ever need money, I can give you at 5%. That's what I get from the bank. I just want to help you so much. And I was like, what? And I was
That
like,
is
yeah.
awesome.
She was like, I think you're good, but if you ever need, and I was like, yeah, sure. If I ever need, I will tell you. And I was like, whoa, 5%. And I was like, that's too much. That's not it. I was offering her, can I pay at least 7 because 5% is like nothing, you know? And my husband was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I even have the text conversation that I had. So we agreed at 6. So she's landing us 100% like repairs, purchase, 6%.
Nice.
Great. Does she ask for updates or anything like that? What are your preferred lenders' cadence like in terms of wanting updates? I know that with the reputation that you have, which by the way, huge congratulations for starting a club on something that you said you didn't know anything about. I would never have the cojones for that. I would be like, I need to be the expert, the person. And then Pace comes out to your meeting and I was like, man, that's inspiring. How many times did I not do something because I didn't feel like, because I had imposter syndrome? So thank you for unlocking a new paradigm for me there.
Oh, yeah.
But with all your local gravitas, what do you look for in a lender in terms of, okay, this is someone that I can work with?
So for updates, the lady that lends to us, she was like, so what's your bank account? Where should I wire money? And I was like, I'm glad that I'm your borrower and not someone else.
Right?
Like God helped us, but also helped her because she could lose money with that kind of
Yes.
strategy. So I educate my lenders most of the time, and they are impressed, and they don't ask me for updates. I do my updates myself. So I treat them like I would want someone that I love to be treated. We send them updates. We tell them up front, like, hey, this project will sit for a couple months. It's not our priority. We have really good interest with you. Thank you. So it will sit until we need to go to that. And they just love transparency. And then we send updates, hey, it's on the market. Like even this property that I told her, hey, it's under contract. We go into inspection. And then I told her, I'm sorry, it canceled. We put it back on the market. They are happy without updates, but I still provide them like I would expect from someone if I were to lend them money.
Right. Yeah, it's just being transparent and honest with people. Like we had a deal that took way longer in our PML. My husband's so great about staying in touch with them and just saying, hey, it's just, this is the update. It's not moving right now, you know, and we finally got them paid, but it took longer than we anticipated. And they just were glad that we kept them in the loop. It's just when people get ghosted and they can't reach their person, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I think this money's gone. I mean, you don't know. It's kind of scary for people. So
flips can go wrong. Like,
yeah, they can.
Not until this moment, we're very conservative with numbers, but they can. It's all about what will you do after it go wrong. Like, first of all, do you have any liquidity? Can you do you have other projects? It's all about communication. And I think most of the lenders, if they have communication, they will be cool unless there's an emergency and you have to replace them with someone else. But sometimes when someone is asking for replacement, you must be careful if you lend it, because again, if someone needs to be replaced, ask why. And you would better want to talk to that lender, because I've seen deals that I landed on one of the deal that I wish I would not, and they were trying to find a replacement because it was so bad. But I also felt bad for the replacement, because if someone comes into that deal, I already know it's bad. So how will that become a good deal for them?
I see that way more often than I'd like.
I know, yes. But that's why you have to have your own attorneys, TCs, and they will help you prevent those deals from happening.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, and the TCs and going through title that's just a great way to do business in real estate, because hopefully if one misses something, the other one will get it. But like when we paid our PML off, and we just reach out to the title company, and they're like, yeah, no problem. We'll send the release to them and get the release off of it, and you're good to go. And I'm like, oh, how much more do I have to pay for this? You know, and they're like, nope, it's all part of the original. And I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Great.
I know, right? It feels good when you get things go right, but we all know things aren't perfect, and things do occasionally go wrong, or the market shifts on you, when you open up a wall, something turned it right that you didn't see in your inspection. So thanks.
Oh yes, it's real estate, so
Mhm.
title
Well,
issue.
Darina, I have to tell you, I am so impressed with how far you've come from when you have come to this country, what you're
Yes.
doing now, the intellect that you have, and having a baby, and all the things that you've done, and how far you've grown in such a short period of
Oh,
time.
thank
It's
you.
so amazing, and you're such a lovely person, and I so enjoy communicating with you and talking to you, and the way that you just share and give is just so wonderful. I'm so thankful that I get to be in a community with you and be part of, just watching you and seeing how much you're accomplishing and stuff. So yeah, I give you kudos 100%.
Oh, thank you so much.
Me
I take all
too.
the credit. My husband works hard, but I take all the credit.
Like it.
May I ask you about your village that you came from? Do you ever go back? And if you do, how do you see the place differently, both good and bad?
Yeah, so I wish I could. So they have a border, and my green card, instead of like giving me a green card, they send me just extension, the letter that is extended, and I cannot really leave the country. Which now I'm working on emergency case to leave the country because both my parents need help. They both have
Mm.
have
Oh
cancer,
gosh. Yeah.
and I just need emergently leave the country to visit them because like literally it's a death or life situation. um Unfortunately, I did not visit because of the war, and I cannot bring my family and my daughter to my parents, and they don't want to leave. Now they can because of the house, but before that they did not want to leave because of the language and new country. Like, it's not that easy.
Oh, not at all. I don't even want to move to California, even though I love it there because it's so different from Texas. Like, I think it's amazing that you've moved.
If you visited my village, you would be with more impressions than California and Texas. So, like, people don't have showers in houses. The restroom, like, out of the house, like in outdoor space. People don't have good medical care. Now with war, it's even worse. So what I do when people tell, "What's your Everest?" or like, "My Mount Everest is," like someone says, "My Mount Everest to help those people who need blah blah blah," and I'm like, "So what are you doing now to help
Right.
those people?" And they're like, "Oh, nothing until like when I become a rich person, right?" And that's not in your heart if you don't do nothing
So
now, like
true.
today. So for me, it was always, I always give back. I always send money. I send so specific needs. I help. I try to get to know like what these people need or that people. Do you know someone that needs urgent help? Because people literally decide, do I want to buy more food or do I want to turn on the heat?
Right.
That's what their decision. Not like, do I want to go to this restaurant or that restaurant?
Sure.
And also I give back to my church that I attended when I was young. So like Christmas gifts for kids and for adults, they don't have it. They don't
Right.
expect it. They don't have no one to take care of them. It's like everyone in the same boat. They all need something. So I'm blessed to be able to provide and give back as much as I can. And if I have more money, I'll just give back more.
That's great. And so your parents, I hope that you're able to get them the care that they need. I feel ignorant that I didn't even know there was a war going on there. So please pardon my ignorance. Does it have to do with Russia, I assume?
Yes, it's between Russia and Ukraine, but it's definitely affecting everyone and everything.
I see. Well, I knew about the Ukraine, but for some reason I didn't know it was affecting Hungary as well.
So yeah, it's just because people don't have that economy
Right.
and also salaries, so they limit it. But that's why I always tell, like, give back to someone that you know. Like, if you know someone in
Yes.
need, that's what I learned from one grandmother that I lived in. She's not my grandmother, but I lived in her house and she was older. Whenever I visit someone, she would say, "Hey, so what did they need?" I was like, "What do you mean? I was just visiting friends. Like, I did not look what they need. Like, why would I care?" And she was like, "Because whenever you go somewhere, you need to see what they need. What if they
Mm,
don't have food? What if they don't have like clothes. So that taught me really like, and when I was teenager, to thought and think about other people. There's a speaker like Pace is running always without food. Have anyone thought about like bring him water, bring him snack? Like,
Water. Yeah.
so it helps to think about other people, and sometimes people tell, "Oh my God, you care so much," because I learned it at a young age that you have to actually look out. It's easier for us to give back when we actually look out like what that person actually needs, even if they don't tell you they need it.
Right.
It's very
Right.
smart. It's genius, really.
It's
In
so
America, it can be, maybe it will not be a food, but maybe it will be. And sometimes my husband was like, you know what, I want to give that stroller that we have to that family. And I was like, this is weird, but okay. And I went and I was like, we have a really good stroller. Do you want that? And they were like, oh my God, I was praying for that because,
Wow.
and I was like, man, we live in America. And I did not know that someone will be crying over the stroller, but
Yeah.
I guess it was intentional. Interesting
And
situation.
now some mom gets to take a walk because strollers are relatively expensive.
So she said that I have a stroller like 7 years old for my son, and it's really like I really cannot push it. It's so hard to push it, and it also was broken. My husband tries to fix it, and the one stroller that we have is like 2,000. It's really rolling itself, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's such a difference. And she still see me in the church, and she's so grateful.
Oh, that's nice. I
So
love
you
that.
will never know. Sometimes you will not know, but sometimes you have to ask, and sometimes you have to be in like listen to what they say, look at them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think your heart will lead you too. Sometimes you'll feel like the urge, and I feel like it's God whispering it to us sometimes, just like there's something they're missing. It's like, and you go and you, like you did the stroller thing, your husband, he was obviously led. How would, of all the things that they needed, how did he know that that's what they'd been praying for? You know, it's just that inner, the Holy Spirit talking to you and leading you to help people in a way. And it's, you just got to, I think, be quiet long enough to sometimes hear it.
Yeah, sometimes there's like coincidence that you'll. Today we went for the project. We're actually partnering on a house, and our partner left to the different state today, and he was like, I left the lockbox, go ahead, check the property. He was there yesterday, so we came this morning and it was winterized. I opened the door and I hear the water running like so heavy, and I was like, that should not be in this house.
Yeah.
So we go there and the whole basement is fully flooded, like fully flooded. And I was like, whoa, okay. I called him and I was like, are you flying? He was like, I'm literally just taking off. And I'm like, give me someone's information that I can call immediately because we have to fix it. So CT people came, like plumber came. It was winterized, but someone did not close the city water or the pipe burst. And it was like, and I was like, yes, that's a coincidence that I came to that property that morning. Otherwise, it would be fully flooded.
Yeah.
It would.
Hey, it would have been a lot worse.
That's a real estate.
Yeah, it is. All right.
And the worst coincidence that yesterday he showed me, he was like, here's the appraisal. And I look at the appraisal and I'm like, that's the insurance, but the insurance is not correct. And he was like, oh, I put you the different document, but I'm like, you have to replace insurance. He was like, oh yeah, I have to tell them to change it because they have a wrong insurance on this property. And I was like, oh, there's so many coincidences and I'm even scary, but okay. He was like, yeah, I will get it like changed today. And that happened like next day. So sometimes God help you like, hey, you have to fix it.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Right. Especially in those areas where it gets so cold, those pipes, things can break real easily and stuff. I know we're here in Arizona, and I'm even thinking like while we're gone, because we're gonna be gone for a couple of weeks, just shutting underneath everything off, the water off, just because you don't even know when the leak could come back.
So for the
house.
leak, you can put something that will indicate if there's a leak. So
that.
Now I'm putting it probably in every house.
How does that work? What is
I don't
that
know.
called?
You have a so I was told from my husband that you get a notification on your phone, and I'm like, you know what? I better get it.
Yeah,
Especially on flips. Like real estate is not for weeks, like for weak people. If someone wants to have a stable life, like they don't have to go into real estate.
right. No, it's definitely not for weak people. It's for
It's
sure.
worth it, but it's really it will check you and test you.
Right? 100%. It does. But it's funny. It's like you're like sometimes you just like get done with the deal that just was such a nightmare, and you're like, we just need to walk away or do whatever your mindset, and then you're like all of a sudden before you know it, you're like, I'm looking for another property because it just gets in your blood where you're like, yeah, like I learned from that one. I'm just going to go on. Versus people that, like you said, that are weak. They're like, I'm done. I'll never doing this again. And you'll see properties for sale that are they're gutted and they didn't finish them because they just, I think, got in over their heads.
I became cold-hearted when it comes to properties. I don't have any personal attachments anymore
Mhm.
because if something goes wrong, there's no one to save you.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
and I think-
remind sellers of that too, because people are like, oh, well, my house is worth this, this, and this. I'm like, well, I'm taking on your headache. And you need to think about the value of that, because time value of my money, what you're saying is that my time isn't worth anything because I'm about to take on this headache of a property. And I had a mentor who taught me to negotiate from that perspective and be like, oh, Joe, this isn't fair that we're negotiating so deeply. And I was brand new. And he was like, Jen, you need to realize we're taking on their headache. And so, Darina, I want to ask you, at what point, what number of property did you realize, okay, I'm going to go cold to this because no one's going to save me. So what do I need to do to protect myself? What number property was that for you?
It was amount of money, not the number of properties. So I invested in one property over 100,000, and it just doesn't make any sense, and I will never get that money back. And I just made decision uneducated. I trusted TC when I started, and I closed my first file without actually knowing much. But that opened me doors because I was lied to. I was sent incorrect documents, wrong copies. The deal was structured wrong. Everything what could go wrong, it went wrong, and I was trusting those people that were my friends, leading me, helping me. That's why I'm telling, when I help buyers, I don't want them to trust me blindly. I want them to understand, because I was trusting them. I was trying to check, but I was not really sure what I was needed to check. So that property taught me that I want to prevent issues, and I don't want anyone to go through what went through, because for someone that will break like 100K, that's not that much money, but also that's still money and you don't want to lose it. So yeah. So no
So
matter
it was a
what,
number. It was a dollar number for you, and
it was
not
dollar, and it was also years 2 years of work, and just I could spend my time and money better than that. But again, because of that, I was like, okay, I will become a TC. I will never let that happen to my clients. So that's kind of our value in our company. We keep everyone to a very high standard, and if our clients don't want to keep high standard, then we say, I'm sorry, but we cannot work with you.
Makes sense. And I don't want to hog the mic here, but I'm sure a lot of people might be curious what your fee structure looks like for your company, so they know, can obviously you provide very high quality service. And I'm sure they want to know, what does your fee structure look like, so they can pencil that in their deal.
Yeah, so we have the TC Collective website, and it basically lists all the prices, but our fees, I would say, market as most of the TCs for creative deals. And if it's commercial, it depends on the deal. The good thing that we evaluate deals before we take them, meaning we will check, and if it looks like scam, it may be scam. We will double check and triple check. We just canceled one file. It was transactional lending. The guy could lost 120,000 if he could bring it to someone else. the borrower was like, we have our own TC. And I'm glad that they still brought us in because the title company was fake. The borrower and TC had the same LLC. So there was, we basically did, I spent like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Oh, another fun thing. We do background check on people that we work with. It's a soft background check, doesn't hurt anyone. But we check everyone that we work with just to make sure we're not dealing with some criminals.
That's good.
Interesting.
And
I can't believe that many were fake. Like that was the whole deal was completely fake. That is so I didn't even know that existed.
That happens more often that you will want to.
Wow.
Yeah, that happens often. That's common scam when they create domains. So we TCs, we like I don't know. Yeah, we do so much and we do a lot to prevent issues. So I check how long domain was created, like when. That's why we prefer to work with other title companies. But when someone says my title company only, I'm like, cool, let me check before we wire funds. We will check everything in your soul. So
Yeah.
but you guys forewarn, if you're licensed agent, forewarn $20 a month. It will give soft background check. You just have to put name or
Good to
phone
know.
number. And yeah, I had a couple requests today from my TC team. And I was like, oh my God, one was a nightmare, like over 90 criminal records. Another one was less, but that's what we do. And sometimes I have a friend, he was like, can you help me to do a sub 2 with a car? And I check his borrowers and he literally have SAFT, like no driver license. Like I was like, do you still want to sell him?
No
Right.
driver's license. That's the kicker right there.
And
We got
he
a
was
real
like,
winner on our hands.
oh, but he wanted to give me like 20,000 down. I'm like, but that's all you got, and your car worth like 70, so you probably will not never see the car and money. Like, what are you thinking about, people?
Especially a car, they drive off with it and it's gone. You don't know where it's at. Even if you put a tracker on it, they could take it across country or across a border, and it's
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's like, I love, now I transition into mobile home park space, into commercial building, and that's what I feel like will be making more sense to me now.
Yeah.
And
What do you
Doreen, with your TCs, like how many members do you have? Because you kind of have a group of TCs that you work with
Yes.
that work with you, actually. So how big is your I mean, how many transactions can you take on? Because you have more girls that can work with the TCs or work as a TC, correct?
Yeah, so we can handle at a time around like 60, and we have 4 TCs. When I was doing myself, I always would run 16 active deals, meaning it will close and then something will be added, sometimes more, sometimes less. It depends. Some commercial deals will take longer. So that depends on the deal, but we have pretty good system, you guys. When I started, I was like 8 files and I was dead. And then now I feel like everyone can run at least 20 and we will be fine because we have a good system in place. And that's that's in everything you do, every business that you have. If you have systems,
Yes.
your head will be lighter, you will feel
important.
better.
So important. And how
Right.
do people get a hold of you, Darina, if they want to reach out to you?
On the screen,
What's
it
the
says Darina Alexa. That's my Instagram. I would suggest that they send me
Is that right, Darina? What you see
Alexa,
up there?
no, Alexa.
Alexa.
KSA.
Hold on, let me see if we update that. What do you want to spell that last one again?
It's on my, if you can see on my screen, it says Darina Alexa.
Oh, got it. Yeah, the S and the K are reversed.
Yeah, and then there's also DarinaAlexa@gmail.com, and then I have other emails, but that's the easiest one.
Got it.
So what do you guys need help with? What are you working on? What's your Mount Everest? Tell me what you do today.
Oh,
Jennifer, we cannot hear you.
I hear you, Jen. She got kicked off and then came back on, but it's not showing it. Your
Oh, you
speakers.
have to unmute. Oh, now you should.
No, she's not muted. I don't know what happened.
We cannot hear you. I
Yeah.
guess you can chat. You can put in the chat. No.
Maybe she'll come back on.
Yeah.
I think I'm at the end of the hour here, Darina, and it's so great that you came on and chatted with us, and we're just so thankful that you shared all that you shared with us, and it was really great having you here. We'll have to have you come back and give us updates when you get a mobile home park.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. Thank you. And thank you for inviting. And sorry, the link did not work first, but.
Oh,
we got
no,
it.
no.
I just started working on mobile home parks myself, so I'm really excited. So maybe we'll collaborate sometime.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah. And then just real quick, what are your goals for 2026 with the new year coming ahead?
Yeah, so we definitely will want to acquire mobile home parks. That's what we're working on. And then we will go also into commercial space in Twin Cities, Minnesota, and mobile home parks in Florida, Georgia, North
All right.
Carolina.
So if somebody comes across that, they can just reach out to you on your Instagram or
Oh,
like you
yes.
said, email.
Yes. We have Zooms, we have free Zooms, we have team Zooms. We provide a lot of resources. If someone wants to go into a mobile home park space, we have Facebook group Poor Man's Multifamily. And we also host Zooms. We have guest speakers, and we have tons of resources. We will not create any mentorships. We just want to provide value and do deals with people.
I love
We
that.
already have sub 2, more than enough. We
Right.
love it, and we want to be part of it, and then we just provide value.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Well,
It's
ladies, oh yeah, it is needed, Jennifer. You're so true. I guess it's the end of the night. We've probably been about an hour since we got a little bit late start, but it was so great having you, Darina, and we look forward to seeing you again. And yes, we'll definitely reach out to you on some opportunities. And for TC work, yes, 100%. Thank you. Have a good
Great to
night.
meet you.
Great to meet you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.